Humans might be the smartest, most advanced technological civilization in the galaxy. It's not definite, and I totally understand that we certainly might not be. There are a lot of assumptions that we make that we probably don't have reason to assume so strongly. Let's start with what we know. Here on Earth, humans are clearly the most intelligent species. Without getting too deep into defining intelligence, we have examples of birds, of cephalopods, dolphins, other mammals, rodents that are extremely intelligent, some that even use tools, but clearly none of them have reached our level of technological advancement. Here's where the big assumption comes in. It's that any other intelligent species on another planet will naturally evolve and converge to have a technologically advanced civilization. This argument of convergence is oftentimes invoked when I don't really think we have reason to invoke it. If you don't know what convergence is, it's this phenomenon that we witness where animals independently will evolve the same trait because that trait is so helpful to survival, reproduction, thriving, etc. A great example of this is flight. There are many different insects that have evolved to fly independently. There are mammals, bats, that have evolved to fly. There are birds, which are dinosaurs, that evolved to fly. There are even fish that have evolved to fly. We have clear evidence that flight is so beneficial. I would buy a convergence argument that alien life forms may be able to fly. When it comes to an advanced technological civilization, we don't have any other examples of that. I don't think it's a valid argument to say that advanced intelligence always leads to technological civilization. Of course, this is just coming from the fact that we have only one data point. Us. Now, I'm not saying that we're the most advanced and that we're at the top of the food chain. In fact, from a statistical argument, it makes sense to assume some normal distribution of technological advancement, and without having any other data points, a statistician would tell you that the safest and most conservative place to expect yourself to be is within this 1 sigma range, the 68% cutoff around the middle of a normal distribution, a bell curve. There are going to be some civilizations that are far over here on the high end, and there are going to be some that are far over there on the low end, but without having any sort of sampling for other technological civilizations, it's hard to even know if it would follow a normal distribution. Like, we don't know that this is even how something like that would look. Obviously, I'm not claiming that humans are the most intelligent or the most advanced, not by a long shot. However, what I am saying is that we oftentimes make it very clear that we're probably on the low end or at least run in the mill, and we don't really consider that we could actually be on the high end. One last interesting thing to consider, technological advancement may not be evolutionarily beneficial over long time scales. Like, yes, it's done a lot for humans over the past few thousand years, maybe even the few tens of thousands of years, but it is yet to be seen if over long time periods, this technological advancement, the ability to fuse atoms together, to split them apart, may be a power that is not conducive to the longevity of a species. The fossil record is absolutely littered with animals that had evolutionary tracks that seem to have been helpful at the time, but ultimately led to the demise of that species. Anyways, let me know what you think about this. This is all just off the top.